Today's topic is multiplication. So this is the sign or symbol for the multiplication. It's an operator. It's read as is multiplied by or times. So here we have positive 2 times 3, or positive 2 is multiplied by 3. It means that we will execute the terms positive 2 by how many times? By 3 times. Okay. So we have positive 2, positive 2, positive 2, and the answer is positive 6. This is what multiplication is. If you look at more examples, so what if this is a negative number and multiplied by 3 times? So you also have negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, 3 of them, and this will be a negative 6. Or we have positive 3, this time is multiplied by 2, so do this 2 times. So we have positive 3, and we have positive 6. Okay. So what if we do multiplication together with addition and subtraction? So this. Let's say we have 5 positive 2 times 3. Okay. So this times 3 means we have to do this term for 3 times, right? So positive 5. And we already know that doing positive 2 for 3 times is positive 6 from here. So positive 6. And we have positive 11. So this is multiplied by 3 is targeting this particular positive 2 terms. So and that is also why we do multiplication first, because if we do the addition first, or just using the order from left to right, then what will happen? So let's say a wrong demonstration. We'll have positive 5, positive 2 will be positive 7, times 3, and then we'll have 21, positive 21. And this will be wrong because this is multiplied by 3. Now it's targeting positive 7. It's targeting the sum of positive 5 and positive 2. But it shouldn't, because when we write it like this, this multiplied by 3 is targeting positive 2 only. Okay. So that's why this is wrong. And this is also why we do multiplication first, always, before addition and subtraction. Okay. Another example, what if this is a negative 2? So let's see, we have 5 negative 2 times 3. Okay. Similarly, we know this is a negative 6, so positive 5, negative 6, and then negative 1. Okay. This times 3 means do this negative 2 3 times. Okay. Not anything else, okay, just this negative 2. So that's why we have negative 1 here. Okay. And another property of multiplication is that the order of doing the multiplication doesn't matter. So previously we did 2 times 3 is positive 6. We also did 3 times 2 is also positive 6. So this is also true for other numbers. Let's say 2 times 4 is also equal to 4 times 2. So it looks like this. So positive 4 times 2 is positive 8. Positive 2 times 4 is positive 8. And it will always be the same answer, whatever number we put in, whatever which two number with 2 we put in here. So, and why is that? So it's because of dimensions. So let's say we jump on a minibus, and there are like these seats, and we want to calculate the total amount of seats on the minibus. So we see 2 rows and 4 columns. So how do we do this? So we either say, oh, each row has 2 seats, and there are 4 rows. So I will multiply the 2 from each row by 4. Then I'll get 8 seats. Okay. Or alternatively, you can say, oh, there are 2 columns. Each column contains 4 seats. So I do column 1, column 2. So I do column 1 4 seats, and then I multiply it by 2. So then I'll get 8 seats again. Okay. So it's also like an area. So it's like find the area of this is 2 times 4, 4 times 2, right? So yeah, because of dimensions, the order of executing multiplication doesn't matter. So after defining what multiplication is, what does it mean by multiplying something by 1? Okay. So actually, multiplying by 1 is defined as doing nothing, because we are already doing it by 1 times, right? So let's say we have a term in here, 0.7. Without saying multiply by 1, so without saying multiply by 1, I'm already doing this only 1 time, right? So that's why the multiply by 1 can be omitted. Mm-hmm. So if x is an unknown, then x multiplied by 1 is still x. It's still doing it 1 times. Mm-hmm. So it's because it's by default that it is executed for 1 time for each term. Okay? Although it's not wrong to write it multiplied by 1, sometimes it's necessary actually. So however, now it's good to know that the multiplied by 1 does not change the term. So and how about multiplied by 0? Yeah, this one is interesting. So 0 is like nothing, right? So if I want to execute this term by 0 amounts of times using this definition, okay, so positive 4 and execute this term by 0 amount of times. So what does that mean? So it actually means we actually do not execute the terms. So it's like, oh, I'm going to do positive 4 here. Oh, but with this multiplied by 0, it means do not execute the terms. So then we get back to 0 because we start from 0. So let's say the other time we do not start from 0. Let's say 3 positive 4 times 0. Okay. So this positive 3 is innocent. So this times 0 only affect the positive 4. So because it's multiplied by 0 means, oh, do not do the positive 4 actually. So then, oh, then I don't need to do the positive 3. And this is the answer. 8. Yeah. So, and this is also why we do multiplication first. Yeah. Otherwise, any periods like accumulation of result will be like all cancelled if we just multiply by 0. Right? So it's like, okay, I buy 3 apples, I buy 4 oranges, and without this, then I have 7 fruits. Okay. So in the other day, I buy 3 apples, and I buy 4 oranges. Or try to buy 4 oranges, but there's none in the supermarket or market. So then I only get my 3 apples. So I have 3 fruits. So this is why we do multiplication first. Okay. Okay. And the next one. So what does multiplying by a negative number means then? If multiply means execute the terms by like the times after the symbol. So it is defined as reversing the sign of the previous term. Okay. So we have -3 times -1, then we have +3. So the sign is reversed. And if we multiply +3 by -1, we have -3. Okay. And why is it defined like this? So look at previous definitions. Is multiplied by 1 is doing 1 times. Multiplied by 2 is doing it 2 times. Multiplied by 0 is do not do this actually. And then multiplied by negative number would be do the reverse of it. It's the last thing we can put into this definition, isn't it? Yeah. Do it normally. Do not do it. Do it in the reverse direction. Okay. So in this sense, if we have 2 times -3, we have 2 times 3 times -1. Then I split up the -3 into 3 times -1. And since the order of doing multiplication doesn't matter, then I perform the +2 times 3 first. I have a +6. So after 6 times -1, these two here, and then I have -6. Okay. Another way to see why multiplied by -1 is defined like this. You can also look at the pattern. It's called pattern proof. So let's say 2 times 2 is +2, +2. So we have +4. +2 times 1. Then, okay, 1 times only. Then we have +2. Then we have the next one will be times 0, right? In this pattern. Then, okay, actually we do not do this. So 0. Then just 0. So the next one, from this pattern, this is 2 less from previous one. This is 2 less from previous one. This should also be 2 less from previous one. Okay, so we have -2. Okay. So that's why it's like flipping the sign of the term if we multiply it by -1. So we multiply anything by -3, that will mean do the reverse of the term 3 times. Okay. And then we can also use a bracket to represent multiplication. So this is 3 brackets -4. It means 3 times -4. We can also put more brackets. Actually, we can put brackets whenever we want. So 3, -4, and then we have -12. The multiplication sign can be omitted with brackets. We can still write the multiplication sign here. Let's say bracket 3 multiplied by bracket -4, but that will be redundant. So, and from this, we have we can summarize some rules to when we are writing terms. So if we multiply, well, if we put terms together with brackets, it means we are multiplying them. So this is equivalent to 3 times 4 times a -2. Okay, it will be a -6. Oh no, -24. Yeah. And if we put terms together without brackets, like what we did previously, +3, -4, +4, we are adding them. So +3 plus -4 plus +4, right? Although the plus it can be omitted because it does nothing, but we are actually doing addition. If we just put this term together without brackets. And if we put the terms together with brackets, like here, we are multiplying them. Okay, it's very important. Okay. So finally, we're going to talk about division next. And these two are operators that operate terms before them. So it's like, okay, this multiplied by 6 is targeting the previous term, okay, before. So we have, 30 here. So this is for today. Next video will be the tutorial.